I'm live. I should not be live right now. Honesty is good, guys. I'm going through a crisis, to be honest. I'm going through a crisis of like trying to manage the line between like my job or what I want to be my job, which is making YouTube videos or making content in general, or even like singing songs, because that's a really blurry thing for a lot of people to understand what a song is. What did I say? Yeah, my job, that, and my personal life. And like there's things I want to talk about that scare me, like talk about on this channel or whatever, in a song or whatever, for all the reasons you can imagine, you know. And one of them is this toxic thing that happens in some communities where, and obviously I don't really have to worry about this right now, and I thank you guys for that. You know, that thing is people idolizing people. And so like you see that in, I don't know, K-pop stands, Billie Eilish stands, that kind of thing. I'm not saying all of them, obviously, but you know what I mean? And those people who think they're getting in the head of the person that inspires them, or the person they're watching, an artist, something like that. So I'm trying to work out a plan to both connect with people, because that's what I want to do, and keep myself safe. And it's difficult, but the thing about crises is like they're never over, and in life you're never ready to do stuff. So I can't just like go through my little crisis and not do anything meanwhile. And it's weird because it's a new thing for me, because on this YouTube channel, when I started uploading, it was like songs. Like I uploaded like, I don't know, my first like 100 videos were like songs, and the first video I did where I spoke was like in French. And so I knew that it was like my friends watching, you know. And now with only 600 subscribers, it's not really a problem either, but I just know that down the line I'll have to think about it. Yeah, I keep forgetting what I want to say, which is just great, but I wanted to give you something. Oh, Lord. I have to scroll down. Alright. I'm not even going to say anything about it. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to end the live stream. It's translated from French, and I wrote that on the 12th of April 2018. A long time ago, I saw an ad on Facebook for the first social media for dead people. I can't remember the name, but the thing would program post-mortem publications and activate all of that with a relative that has an activation key for it. It's difficult to translate live, damn. I thought that was pretty good. I thought I would have things to say. A lot. Beautiful things. Less beautiful things. Unintelligible. It's so funny that I said that wrong. Unintelligible things and violent things. Useful things. Just like exactly everybody. It's quite powerful, this idea of speaking from the tomb. I don't know how to say that. This idea of letting a gift or poison to the continuing world. It could be a love declaration, an enraged letter to the government, propositions to upgrade the system, make it better. Poems that you never dared to show. Anything. Could be who we are and who we hide. It's beautiful, but it's scary. Personally, none of it's ready. If I go tomorrow, no social media for dead people for Tanguy. No will. No words. No indication. Nothing. Nothing left of me. I'm a few things I've done and a lot of projects, and the projects die with me. But if you tell me I'm dead in 2 days, I'm going to spend them writing. I'm saying what I have to say. Why? Why do we need the certitude of having nothing to lose to be ourselves? Why do we prevent ourselves from doing what we want and saying what we're aching to say unless we're certain there's not much time left? How do you say that word? Sorry, I want to make sure I translate accurately, which is dumb. If you're a traductor, by the way, you should not be looking up stuff on Google Translate. You should just like go with it and find a synonym. But anyway, there's a testimony, and I'm sure that's the wrong word, by a young Australian that had the insert token deadly disease here. I don't know how to translate that she posted on Facebook the day before she died. And she said, eat the cake, zero guilt. To sum it up, enjoy and live to the full extent, even if it's going to sting later on. We hear about it, carpe diem. People share quotes. We have inspiring things to say about life in the description of our profile pictures. Live each day as though it was the last one. Everybody talks about it and nobody does it. What it means, actually, to live every day like it was the last, is about imagination. Just imagine. Tomorrow, no sun rising on your world. You don't really get it, not quite right, at the beginning, and clearly it becomes clear. You're not stupid, you're aware you're dead. Now imagine a spectator mode. You go on seeing the world. Your friends cry. Your family cries. Everybody cries because it's a sad thing, death, right? Why is it sad? We don't really know, because of love, probably. I'm losing my train of thought. This is in the thing. I wrote that. To live every day as though it was the last means this. You look at your world as dead. You look at your desk, your house, your soccer equipment or whatever. I wrote or whatever in the French text, by the way. You realize it is the end of the end, and you say, okay. Yes. Okay. I did what I could. I get it. No more. That was cool. Bye. Who out of us who talk about carpe diem, who out of us who went looking for this corner of our minds, for this little spirit that says, yo, you're dying, care about it, who would say, okay? 3 dots. It's a rhetorical question. It's difficult to fascinate one's life and way of thinking in this world where facts are masters of everything. It's difficult to live as though there were no tomorrow if we're not told there won't be one. The young Australian, of course, wouldn't have spoken if she wasn't translate condemned. Is that a thing? Or whatever. I think it's a thing. Maybe without her disease she would have died of old age and would have ended up not saying much of the interesting things I've read, or nothing at all if she was killed by a truck 2 weeks ago. We were in April and she died on the 4th of January. It's a pity I have to say this. Getting some ASMR. That wasn't in the script. When you read on her advice, you feel a bit of the despair, but you feel a lot of the liberation. She was living as though it was the last day, because for her, to her, it was true, and she was sure of it. To live this way is not necessarily destructive. It's not necessarily quitting your job and robbing the wine section of a supermarket, or leaving an incoherent message on your ex's answering machine to let him know how much we miss him, or or how much of a whore she was. It depends. Living this way is maybe leaving your job and looking for a job you love. It is maybe talking to your son about your fears approaching 50 years old. It is maybe saying I love you to your parents, your friends, whenever you need to, whenever you want. It is maybe shaving your head if you want to, because it's hair. It's hair that helped your brains not freeze to death 1,000 times 100 years ago, 100,000 years ago. But now the risk is less of a risk, I believe. The next ice age coming. I was listening to Idiotheek a bunch at that time, so it's funny. We probably won't see it, the next ice age. And yeah, you know, some neo-Nazis have a shaved head. I don't think it's forbidden to have brown hair since Hitler, or to have one testicle. There's of course boundaries, a limit, but it's not only about what you can do with the hair on your head, and it's certainly not about a mohawk, for instance. If you're in school, do you like school? Do you really like school? I don't think so. And you'd have a lot of reasons to not like school this much. School doesn't completely suck. There's some good things to keep, but honestly, most of it is to be thrown away. Pupil, showing potential, but needing to exploit it. I'd rate school a 7 out of 20. I'm a nice guy. Okay, so you don't like school. I don't like school. So what do we do? Personally, I waited until I was done with it, so I wasn't directly affected, and I could just move on to something new, something else. I shut up. It wasn't this hard. If you want to avoid being courageous, it works pretty well. But like, seriously, do you want to do the same? I know we have lots of power, and I know we're better than this. It's just scary that we could leave anything behind, actually. That we could accept to delay something that has to come out, that we could accept to not be there to see how our brilliant ideas or our simple words can inspire people, or even do nothing at all. Even if we don't save lives, if we're not heroes, if we're assholes, we'd better be there to see it. Don't you think it's interesting to see what it does to other people, what we are? If you never try, you'll never know just what you're worth. Comme dirait Chris Martin. I said it in French because I said that Coldplay quote in English in the original French text. Chris Martin. That guy wrote Yellow in 10 minutes. That's right, Yellow, the first hit of Coldplay. The first big one. The lyrics, he'll admit to it himself, don't mean much. The song, from the point of view of an attentive listener, could even seem pretty ridiculous. The guy could have wiped his ass with it, you see. He could have thought it wasn't worth it, that nobody would bite. He could have laughed about himself and went back to play video games with the boys. He didn't do it. Taking himself seriously, or maybe not, he published it. It's the least interesting thing on the album, in my opinion, but if thanks to it I discovered Coldplay, if thanks to it millions of people discovered Coldplay, if thanks to it they made tons of other really beautiful songs, okay, yeah, I'll take it. Nice one, Chris. You believed in yourself. Okay. Let us ask ourselves, do we have things to say?